Hi, my name is Chris Ryan. You've joined me here at the Belfry in the Telemed Performance Centre, and in this video today we're going to get you a little bit more width into your backswing, which is hopefully going to help you to hit that ball a little bit more consistently and in turn a little bit further. In the corner of the screen you should have my Facebook, my Twitter and my Instagram details, so please also make sure you go ahead and you follow me on those. So we're talking about width into the backswing, and we're going to go through an idea or a drill that you can do in your practice session which is going to help you achieve a little bit more width. Now, for the purpose of this video, we are talking width in terms of where the hands are relative to the chest. So lots of golfers would term width as the distance between the club head and your chest. So we do not want to try and keep that club head as far away from the chest as we can, because that's going to limit your ability to set those wrists. What we are talking about is where the hands are to the chest and trying to keep that distance a little bit more extended, which is going to keep a little bit more structure to the arms, which is hopefully going to get you a little bit more distance. And for this, we're talking about this trail arm, which in my case is the right arm, and we're talking about the drill which I call right arm straighter for longer. So it is quite common for me to see golfers take a pretty orthodox starting position, but then when they move the golf club away, they don't engage the upper body enough, and they quite quickly start to flex the right arm. So you can see here how my right arm, my trail arm, begins to flex quite quickly. What that does, it pulls my lead arm more across my chest, and my lead arm, when it's pulled across the chest, can only stay straight for a period of time before it starts to flex. What will often happen then is they will often engage the upper body, but it's a little bit too late. We've lost all of our width. Right arm is far too flexed, and we really struggle to create enough turn, and then we struggle to create enough speed in the golf swing. So this takeaway is not uncommon to see. My lead arm has flexed a little bit, my right arm has flexed far too much, and I've underturned in my shoulders. So what I would often say to golfers is I would often say, get them to take a starting position, take the lead hand off, and just hold it in your trail arm. Now, at setup, I will be absolutely fine. I would actually ask for a little bit of flex in that right arm, so it's a little bit softer maybe than the lead arm. What I want you to try and do is take hold of the golf club in your right arm and try and move the golf club until it's parallel with the ground without that right arm flexing at all. So what I would have to try and do here is feel that my right shoulder moves more behind me, which in turn is going to move the arm, which in turn is going to move the golf club. So what that's done for me is it started to get my shoulder, my arm and my club to maintain a better relationship into that takeaway, as opposed to those golfers who would start to flex this arm far too soon. And you can see that when I do that, there's no movement to my right shoulder because it's all coming from flexing the arm. When I do this correctly and I feel that my right arm stays straighter for longer, that causes my right shoulder to move in order to move that golf club. Just make sure we're doing it with the shoulder. You're not simply just moving the arm and disconnecting the arm from the body. Okay, this is one way to do it, but we want to make sure that it's the shoulder that controls that movement. Once I've got a little bit better understanding about that, I can then place my left hand on and I can start to replicate that move a little bit. So as we go back, I can see how my right arm has stayed a little bit straighter. Now, in reality, I wouldn't want that right arm to stay straight for that period of time. This is a feel. This is a drill to get you the opposite feeling to what you currently do. I don't see many golfers where the right arm stays too straight for too long, but I do see lots of golfers where it flexes far too quickly and they underturn in their upper body. So for me, by the time that club reaches first parallel, I would like that right arm to have begun to fold, begun to bend a little bit. That's fine. This drill might make that position look a little different, may look as if there's no fold, but that's absolutely fine. It's the drill that we're trying to do to get us the right kind of feeling. I certainly wouldn't, however, want that right arm to be far too flexed this way. Right elbow should get far too retracted behind me, underturned. That's going to lead to quite narrow positions during the backswing, and that's in turn going to lead to poorer golf swings and weaker golf swings. So maybe understanding that the drill isn't going to get you into the ideal position, but it might give you some feels which are going to help you get into the ideal position. So Let's look at the three. The one we want to avoid, the drill, and then the one which is hopefully more desirable, where that right arm has begun to flex a little bit, but I've certainly engaged my turn a little bit as well. So very often the drills that we do are not going to get us into positions which look ideal, but they are there to serve a purpose. They're there to create some feel, some ideas, and then we can hopefully find that middle ground when we go away from the drill and try and hit some shots. So I'm going to do a little rehearsal first. That's my feel, and then go ahead. And certainly that's going to give you a lot more width into your backswing. You're going to find that you have to engage your turn much earlier, and that's something which I think would help a lot of golfers who feel like they maybe get narrow, they feel that they can't keep the lead arm straight, and they feel that the club gets a little bit too close from at the top. Many of those, it's because the turn isn't engaged early enough, the arms then have to flex in order to get that club anywhere near the top of the swing. So let me hit one more for you. Again, one more rehearsal. That's the feel. I'll certainly be happy with those two shots there. So right arm straighter for longer. It's a great idea if you feel that you get narrow, you feel that you don't get much structure to the arms, and you feel that robs you of power when you're out on the golf course. Thank you very much for watching the video. The usual stuff is down below. There's a comments box down there, there's a like button down there, so please use those as you would wish. And if you haven't done it already, then please subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free. Loads more content on there about the whole of the golf swing, and more content being uploaded each week. So please make sure you go ahead and click that link and subscribe to the channel. Right, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.